Hey guys, Josh here with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about winter maintenance on our reels. You know, we're in the winter here. We still have some really nice days here in the south, but I like to take this time in the winter months to really you know, go through my equipment, see if anything's broke or damaged, and oil it up really good and get it ready for spring. That way when the bite really gets good in the spring, I'm ready to go. We're going to be working on a Daiwa Tatula today. We're going to take it apart, and I'm going to show you what I oil on it and what I do to get it ready, you know, to go to spool it up. I leave just a little bit of line on there, kind of like a backing. That way when I go to put it back on, I don't use as much line. Sort of saves me a little bit of money in the long run, because, you know, line is expensive. But what we're going to do, we're going to take this apart. But first off, if you guys are new to the channel and this is your first time visiting, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. That way you know we put out videos. We put out a lot of really good stuff and a lot of tips and tricks that may help you along the way. But let's go ahead and get straight into this. On a Daiwa Tatula, you have a screw right here on the side plate right here. You can use a screwdriver or a little coin or whatever you have. It doesn't take much to get it to come loose. You just turn it there. And it's sort of spring loaded. Once you get it to back out a little bit, it'll pop out of there and you'll know you've got it all the way out. See how it just pops out? And then you take this side plate and you just turn it down and it will come right off, and then you can pull your spool out. And what I like to do is I'll just take a Q-tip, and what I do is just try to get any of the old crud off that's on the reel. You can see there's a bunch of old stuff, you know, from the lake and whatnot. Just take your Q-tip and clean everything up. Like I said, it's important to do this in the winter. That way you're not wasting time in the spring. You know, we still fish a lot here in the winter, but there's certain techniques that we don't really use. So like this is one of my top water reels. This is an 8-to-1, and right now we don't really use any top water. So I just try to break everything down and go through everything, like I said, to make sure I get everything clean for the spring when they start on the beds and the bite is really on. Like I said, just take your Q-tip, clean up any of the dirt, especially right there on that worm gear right there. You know, it's really bad to pick up a lot of stuff when you're reeling. So just sort of turn it, clean it up really good. Open your T-wing if you have a Daiwa. If not, just clean out your hole there where the line comes through. That's really important. You don't have any type of obstruction there for the line. This one wasn't really bad, surprisingly, because this one gets used quite a bit. This is one of my favorite reels of the reels that I have. I know most of you all on the channel know that I'm a big Daiwa guy. So the oil that I like to use is this Lucas oil. I've been using this now for a couple years. I've been buying it off Amazon. You can get like 2 in a pack for like 12 bucks, so it's really not that bad. See one little place right there had some dirt on it. But yeah, it's really not that bad. As far as like breaking the reel completely down and pulling the gears out, I've never really done that. You can if you wanted to, but like I said, I take it apart, clean it like I have here. As you can see, it was not bad, not dirty at all. And just put some oil in it. Make sure you put it on the bearings, and I'll show you where I put it for me myself. What I'll do is I just take this oil and I'll drop some right down in there in that hole, just like 2 drops. And then on the side plate here, you see there's a bearing there. I'll put just a drop right there on that bearing, and maybe just a little bit right here on the spool. That way when you put it in, it'll go in just like that right there. You can put a piece of tape on this line right here, but I've got enough of it pulled off that it's not really going to get in the way, because if you had a full spool of line, sometimes it gets in the way when you're trying to put the spool back in, so it makes it kind of difficult. You just put it back together the same way you took it apart. Like I said, we dropped a little oil down in there. We'll slide the spool back in. Falls right in place. And on a Daiwa, like I said, you put the side plate back on, and then twist it up and tighten the screw down. Like I said, if you're going to take it all the way apart and pull the gears and everything out, you know, it's going to take a lot longer. But for me, this has always worked for me. I've never had any trouble with any of it as far as, like, you know, grinding gears. Like I said, I used Daiwas pretty much exclusively, other than a few Abu Garcias. Now on this worm gear right here, a lot of people will use grease, and you can use grease, but it's the same way with oil. You don't want to over oil it or over grease it, because your line is coming right through there, and you can see that worm gear right there. It is going to pick up every single thing, like any type of trash that comes off your line. This oil or grease, it's going to, I mean, it's like an attractant. I mean, it will grab it. So what I do is I just put a couple drops of oil right there on that worm gear, and then reel it, and that's all I do. The only other thing that I do is I will put oil right here on the grip handles. You can drop it right down in right there, and then just give it a spin, and that's got it. Guys, that's all I do right there. That is the about the extent I go, unless you know, I have an issue where I need to take everything out and pull everything off, the reel handle, the gears and everything. But I have never had an issue with that as far as on these reels here, you know, having anything that was grinding or anything. But this is what I do on my maintenance for my reels. So if you guys are getting ready to do this, you're checking this video out and you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And like I said, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Let me know if you guys clean your reels like this, or you go a little more in depth. This is Josh for Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.